What is going on? Thank you guys for rejoining another live session with Mr. Cologne 76. I have got another perfume house that I'm going to be exploring and sharing some of my initial impressions. I just opened the package that was sent to me by the perfume house and try to get some things organized here, and I am going to be digging in here in a second. I want to put the name of the perfume house up so everyone knows who we're talking about. Make sure I spell it correctly. All right. So LAROMATICA is the name of the perfume house. And I'm going to read a little excerpt here from one of the packages they sent me. LAROMATICA is an indie perfume house based in Northern California. We offer mixed media, unisex fragrances made in small batches. Each perfume tells a story, whether it was inspired by a desert, mood, place, or person. A mixed media perfume is a perfume created with natural raw materials alongside aroma molecules. All our fragrances or all of our perfumes are vegan and cruelty-free. Our packaging is reusable and recyclable. So this perfume house again is from Northern California, and I was actually introduced by to this house by none other than Phoebe Peacock. Actually, no, I lied. It was Fume Fragrances that told me to check out this perfume house, and they have a wonderful website, and they carry two different product lines. They have a product line, LAROMATICA, that's their mixed media line, so they sent me 10 samples of their fragrances that I'm going to explore. And then they have an all-natural perfume line called LARO. So they have two different lines if you want mixed media or if you want all natural. So what's the difference between mixed media and all natural? What is this mixed media business? So perfumes can be created by all natural ingredients, or they can be created by a blend of the two type of ingredients, natural and synthetic. Almost every perfumer I have spoken with have told me that the best perfumes are made by a mix of all natural and synthetic. What have my experience been? I have found that a mixture makes the best equation for fragrances. Here's why. When you have an all-natural fragrance and you're in a disadvantage in a sense. Mixed medias, they're able to make fragrance notes that project a little bit better, that do things to the natural ingredients to open it up. That's the way it was explained to me. So I have found that most all natural fragrances have to take a little time to cook on my skin. That's what my experiences have been. When I spray fragrances that are all natural, it's almost like it has to sit on my skin and then it has to just kind of heat up and come alive. Whereas I find when I wear fragrances that are mixed media, they tend to have a better sillage right off the bat and project a little bit more. I have also found that all natural fragrances tend to have a little bit less in the sense of longevity. Natural perfumes, usually 6-7 hours, they're really to the end of their life in terms of being able to detect them on the skin. Now, if you dig your nose into your skin, you may still be able to smell them. So there's a question here by Fashion Sense 360. Are you allergic to anything in fragrances that you know of? Fortunately, no. I'm not allergic to anything. Knock on wood, I would like to keep it that way. So my plan is to check out a few of the fragrances in their mixed media range and see what I think of them. Do I like any full synthetic scents? Off the top of my head, I don't know any fragrances that are full synthetics. Most perfumes are a mix between natural ingredients and synthetics. So I don't know of a perfume off the top of my head that is all synthetics. So I hope that answers your question, Fashion Sense 360. So there's a little card that came with the package. Dear Glenn, thank you once again for this amazing opportunity. LARO is the all-natural line, and L Aromatica is the mixed media line. There are 10 fragrances in each line. I also have a perfume called Animus, which is in neither line. Animus is a concept fragrance. Feel free to click on the listing on the website to see the full description. So I think I want to smell that one first. This one, like, there's a paper here with the notes, but this one doesn't have a listing because it's a new fragrance. So I'm going to smell it first and then see what the website has to say. I should also share that these fragrances came in this nice, wonderful pouch. All right, it has a nice, wonderful pouch. I had 2 sets of samples. These are the natural. This is the mixed media. I have 10 of each, and I have a nice little paper with, you know, the description, and a nice little paper with the description and the notes. Makes it easier to talk about the fragrances. So we're going to check out the first fragrance. It's called, oh, I just realized I didn't pin my comment. So let me scroll back real quick. My apologies, y'all. Damn, where is my comment? Here we go. So perfume house is L Aromatica. Did it pin? I can't tell. All right, I'm trying to pin the comment, but seem to not be able to. Here we go, pin comment. All right, I'm gonna retype this comment because it's not letting me. Oh wait, is it pinned? I think it is. I think it is. All right, so the first fragrance is called Animus. I'm expecting something a little musky, if that makes sense. I hear Animus and I think animal. So have no idea what's in this. No idea what's in this juice. I don't know if this is the all natural or this one is a mix. So I'm going to be checking it out and seeing what my initial impression is. I'm doing these on a scent strip just because I've got 10 samples. I'm going to make my way through, and I don't know which ones I want to put on the skin. Her samples come with the dabber. Not a big fan of the dabber, but it's all good. All right, so I can't smell anything. I'm not getting anything off the scent strip. I'm not getting anything off the scent strip. So now I want to know what this Animus is about. I'm not getting this. This feels like it is an all natural, just because I'm not getting much off the scent strip. Here we go, Animus. So Animus on their website, it goes for $78 for a 9 ml perfume extract. Animus is an animalistic fragrance that goes on subtle yet develops and transforms as it warms on the skin. Made from a combination of deep essential oils, including precious oud from Assam, an array of exotic musk, all vegan, delicious alone or as a layering fragrance, seriously erotic. So this explains why I'm not smelling anything on the scent strip. So I'm gonna have to put this one on the skin, y'all. I'm gonna have to put this one on the skin and see what it develops into, because yeah, right off the bat, it has a little bit of a musky vibe, but it's still subtle and sweet, like, and I think that's the musk. I want a little bit more of this. I want a little bit more of this on the skin. So yeah, some fragrance will not do well on paper, and this is one of them. I wasn't getting anything off that scent strip. Nothing. And I was like, what it is? The nose ain't working today? What's going on? All right, so I got a nice little bit on the skin there. And I'm gonna let this do its thing and develop. I'm gonna label this scent strip, and then we're gonna go on to the next one. So this is Animus. So again, this is sold on their website as a perfume extract for a 9 ml bottle will cost you $78. Again, this is an indie perfume house out of Northern California. I had not heard of them until either Fume Fragrance or Phoebe Peacock. My apologies. I don't remember who told me about this perfume house. So this was a perfume house that I reached out to. Hey, I had not heard of LAROMATICA and wanted to check them out. So I'm going to go into some of their samples and see what I encounter. I'm just going to do these randomly. I just grabbed one. This one is called Hello Delicious. Well, Hello Delicious. Hello Delicious. So has anyone watching this heard of this perfume house? Anyone have any experience with LAROMATICA? Let me scroll down, see if there are any questions. Okay, so some florals. Deep florals. Deep florals. I don't know why I was expecting something gourmandish. So I'm going to scroll back and answer some questions because I realized that I wasn't scrolling all the way to the bottom. And it seems like my pinned comment didn't stay. So I'm going to repin my comment as soon as I label this scent strip. And so this perfume house, Carolyn, is called LAROMATICA. I'm going to put it in the comments and pin it. All right, so I'm going to pin this comment. All right, so this is LAROMATICA. They have two product lines. They have a mixed media product line and an all natural. And I'm going to be exploring a few of the mixed media fragrances. They tend to do a little bit better on a scent strip, and I will apply some on the skin as we go. The first fragrance I checked out was one new fragrance that's kind of a fragrance of its own. It's not part of the collections. It's called Animus. And I didn't get anything on the scent strip, but when I put it on my skin. So I have smelled Pure Dare Musk in the past, and you know, they're all vegan company, but this smells like Pure Dare Musk. So however they composed this note, it is beautiful. It has a little bit of a tobacco vibe to it. Now that it's open, I get tobacco vibe. I get a Dare Musk because I have been lucky enough to experience Pure Dare Musk. It was sent to me by a perfumer, and just a tiny bit in a bottle, and now I know what it smells like. So I'm really digging this, and this is listed on their website as a fragrance used to layer. I can definitely see this being added to a composition to provide some depth to the fragrance profile. So the first one I sampled here from the collection is called Hello Delicious. I haven't looked at the notes. This one has some deep white florals. I feel like there's jasmine tuberose in here. I can't really detect much outside of that. So let's have a look and see what is in Hello Delicious. Wow, a vibrant jasmine fragrance with luscious green notes and white musk. Here are the notes: jasmine, macrot lime leaf, key lime, gardenium, white musk. Fragrance family, floral, green floral. So I said white florals, it's green florals, it's definitely floral fragrances, y'all. So that's the first one. I'm going to grab another one, just random. This is called Desert Man, or Desert Man. It looks like Desert Man. So let's have a sniff. I'm going to put this on a scent strip. Again, I'm not putting anything on skin just yet because I want to be able to save some room to put the ones that really stand out to me. So right now we're just going on scent strips. These are mixed media fragrances. This is the indie perfume house out of Northern California, and they have two different product lines, and this one is their mixed media line. So this one is Desert Man, and oh wow, this one has a nice big sillage. Wow. I can't place any of these notes. It has a brightness to it. It has a brightness to this. I'm gonna look and see what is in this one real quick. Oh, I forgot I got this right here on paper. Okay, a dusty mirage of sagebrush and arid landscape notes in white musk. So the notes: sun-bleached woods, sagebrush, white musk, myrrh, sweetgrass. So this is a woodsy unisex family. This is a weird fragrance. It's not really sweet. It's definitely woody. It has a brightness to it, but it's woody. It's not sweet, so it's Desert Man. Not really one of my favorites so far. Not my type of fragrance. It's pleasant smelling, but not really my sweet spot, if that makes sense. So that's Desert Man from the house of LAROMATICA. All right, so that's 2 fragrances so far. We are going to go to another sample. I'm just going to pick one at random. And this is called Chanson. I can't tell anything based on the name of this fragrance. So this is going to be a true blind experience. Some of the best experiences I've found with perfumes is just going in blindly, no preconceived notions, and just seeing what I experience. There are times I like knowing exactly what I'm about to smell, but there's something to be said about going in blindly and just experiencing it for what you can sense from the fragrance. So this is called Chanson. There's some florals in here. I feel like there's a note in here like rhubarb, but I'm not sure. There's some florals. It's light. I don't know if that's neroli that I'm getting. It has a sharpness in here. So iris neroli, I'm not sure. All right, so Chanson, let's have a look and see what is a cucumber, mugget, Szechuan pepper, honey, vetiver, soft woods, suede. Green floral is what this is listed as, and I'm definitely getting that vibe. Definitely getting that vibe. Again, not a sweet spot for me, pleasant smelling, but not the type of fragrance that I typically gravitate to. Not the kind of fragrance I typically gravitate to, but pleasant smelling. Pleasant smelling. So Fashion Sense is saying he likes smelling blindly, just won't blind buy any longer. Yeah, blind buying, I still do a blind buy here and there because sometimes it's fun, but I still they say hit or miss. I still miss on blind buys from time to time. I still blind buy a fragrance, and sometimes I'm wrong about my, preconceived notions or my impressions based on just conversation within the fragrance community. So, next fragrance from the house of LAROMATICA, I'm just going to blindly choose one. All right, this is called Seafaring Man. Seafaring Man, so I'm expecting something of a little bit of an ocean vibe just based on the name, but I could be wrong. So we're gonna smell this blindly and see what the notes are. See what it smells like first. See what it smells like first, and then I am going to. So far, the only one that's really moved me with from this house so far is the Animus. Everything else has been pleasant, but nothing like, oh my God, what is this? Not yet. So this is sample number 4 from the collection. Oh wow, so this is interesting. I swear this has a little bit of a vibe of an Indian restaurant. Maybe there's cumin in here. Wow, interesting. I grew up in Trinidad. I had a lot of Indian food growing up. I enjoy Indian food. I'm familiar with the aromas. And this thing, I swear, has a little bit of Indian food vibe. It's really weird. So let's see what's in this fragrance. What is creating that smell? So as it says, an exhilarating blend of sea spray, moss, sea salt, and aquatic notes. The notes are marine notes, sea moss, bergamot, yellow yarrow, and sea salt tincture. This is listed as a unisex, masculine, aquatic, fresh fragrance. But I swear I get just something in here that's just, when I smell it, I just think of Indian food. Just something in here. And none of those notes are supposed to, I mean, there's blue yarrow, which I'm not familiar with, but that is the vibe that I'm getting. That is the vibe that I'm getting. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm still not swooned by any of these just yet. So this is called Seafaring, and I'm hoping that this opens up a little bit, because I swear, it's not quite like curry, but there's something in there that's, when I smell it, that's what I think of. It's subsided. It's subsided since it's been on here. I'm going to revisit some of these really quickly. All right. So the Animus is still nothing on the scent strip. Hello Delicious. Hello Delicious. I'm liking. Hello Delicious is the jasmine. It's the floral. It's opened up a little bit since it's been on the scent strip. I'm definitely liking this one. Yeah. Desert Man. Okay, it's opened up a little bit. It's opened up a little bit. So I don't think I read did I read the notes on Desert Man? Yeah, sun, beech wood, sagewood, white musk, myrrh, and sweetgrass. Really interesting. Sweetgrass I'm not familiar with as a note, but woodsy, it has a vibe like just iris or maybe rhubarb in here. There's something in here creating some texture that I've smelled in another fragrance, but can't be entirely sure what it is I'm smelling. So next up, from the house of LAROMATICA, I'm just going to blindly choose one, and let's see what we come up with. This is called Pacifica. So when I think of Pacifica, I think of California, I think of the coast, I think of the trees out there. So let's see what this fragrance smells like when we put it on paper. Let's see what this smells like when I put it on paper. And thank you guys so much for joining and for witnessing my exploration of LAROMATICA. I really appreciate you guys coming by and joining in. Again, this is a new perfume house to me. I had not previously smelled any of these fragrances, didn't know much about the perfume house, and I'm having fun. I've only found 2 fragrances so far, and I've smelled now 5. This is number 6 that I can see myself, really making a move on. I swear I get a minty vibe here. Green fresh Green Fresh Minty, is that eucalyptus? I get a minty vibe. I would really be surprised if there's not mint in here. Green Fresh, just a little bit of light florals, maybe some citrus. But that's what this comes off as to me. So let's see what is the notes in Pacifica. Damn right. An eucalyptus breeze blowing down the mountains on a cool, foggy morning. Notes: aquatic moss, eucalyptus, lime, sea spray, herbs, incense. This is an aquatic unisex fragrance. So this smelled like, you know, a pack of gum. Like I had a pack of gum in my hand while I'm holding the scent strip is what this one came off as. So most definitely true to the ingredients list in this fragrance. Very, very true. So this is Pacifica. Interesting. I don't think I have previously enjoyed a minty fragrance, so it would be interesting to see what this one comes off as on the skin. All right. All right, so I can see the names of the rest of the samples, so I'm just going to go for one. This sounds like something it could be fun. This is called Dapper. Again, this is a perfume house, LAROMATICA. I'm going through 10 samples as I explore their mixed media line, and this one is called Dapper. All right, let's see what Dapper. So when I think of Dapper, I think of a well-dressed gentleman, put together, you know, nice outfit, good shoes, a hat, a nice timepiece. So I have some high expectations of this fragrance just based on the name. Do you guys ever look at a fragrance name and make some preconceived notions about what it smells like? I know I'm guilty. Sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right, but it's just part of the journey, looking at a name and deciding like what you think it might smell like. So let's give Dapper a sniff. So Dapper smells more feminine to me. I get rose on here. I get rose, but not a lot much else. Hold on. So I get a little bit of a hard candy, you know, as a kid, green hard candy. So I get some rose and I get green hard candy. It's a pleasant smell, but I think this is something I may want to experience in maybe an environmental fragrance. And that is just right now on paper. So let's see what the notes in this fragrance is. Rose Absolute, polished woods. There's a note here called pastis, I've never heard of. Clove wood, vanilla, and musk. Not musk, moss. I feel like I've seen moss mentioned a few times in their fragrances. And again, these are all all vegan fragrances, environmentally friendly. Okay, so I feel like it's coming apart a little bit. That hard candy is softening up just a little. But not something that would really grab me. So I'm still searching for an OMG. I've got 4 samples left. And I'm still searching for an OMG from LAROMATICA. So this next fragrance is called Brocade. Brocade, interesting name. So let's see what this one smells like. Again, I'm still searching for an OMG. Oh my God, what's that? Have to have it. Haven't really experienced one. And again, I'm only smelling these on scent strip. These are mixed media. Scent strips can be unfavorable for fragrances at times. You know, the true measure is on the skin, preferably in something you can spray it on with. So that is really the way I prefer to evaluate fragrances. All right, so this is Brocade. Okay, big bold. Big bold. This reminds me of a fragrance I have from 1907. Green florals. Green florals. Let me just restart the music real quick. All right, not moved by this one. I'm still searching for an OMG. I've got 3 more samples of the 10. So this one is brocade. This says it's a Floriental blend with fruity top notes, lush florals over a velvety base. So you have yuzu, peach, carnation, jasmine, ambergris, and myrrh resin. Not really moved by this one. So this is brocade. I am going to revisit some of the ones that I've already smelled to see if they have changed since I last smelled them. Let's see, Hello Delicious. Yeah, I'm still liking the Hello Delicious. That's the jasmine one. It has really come apart since it's been sitting here. Let's see, Chanson. Seafaring Man still smells like Indian food to me, which is not a bad thing, but I don't want to necessarily want to wear Indian food. Okay, so this is Pacifica. This is the one with the mint, the eucalyptus. This is opening nicely, and I haven't really experienced mint in a fragrance that moved me, and this is smelling a lot better since it's been sitting here. So this is possibly one that I'm going to put on the skin and see what it does. So I've got 3 more fragrances from this perfume house. This collection is their mixed media, so there's natural ingredients and synthetic ingredients, and I'm going to make my way through the last 3 of the fragrances. This one is called Hemlock. So I'm going to get some of my little dabber here. Again, these aren't sprayers, so I have to just kind of gently get them on the tip of this paper dabber and then smell. So just trying to get just enough on the paper that I can get, a whiff. So that should be good enough. All right, so this is called Hemlock. There's a fragrance by Parfums Quartana by the same name. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is my kind of fragrance right here. This is my kind of fragrance right here. So it's resinous. It has a nice round scent profile. Oh, man, there's some woods in there. Oh, there's a familiarity, like I've smelled this profile before, but I'm really liking this. And that is right off the bat on paper. A lot of the other fragrances had to open, so I'm a little surprised that this one has pulled me like that. So this is 7 of 10, and finally one that has moved me. Hemlock, wow. And I don't know, I was expecting something green. When I think of hemlock, I think of like, what's it called? St. Patty's Day and the green clove leaf. That's what comes to mind when I hear hemlock. So let's see what's in the composition. So hemlock has leather, tobacco, cannabis, gin, beer, and sweat. It's a woodsy, masculine, unisex fragrance. It's interesting that the description has it listed as masculine and also unisex. So leather, tobacco, cannabis, gin, beer, and sweat. So now I'm realizing where some of the similarities to something that I have comes from. I have a fragrance called Blackbird, or Black Number One, from the House of Matriarch, and this has a similar vibe to that fragrance. It has a similar vibe to that fragrance. tobacco, leather, cannabis. I've smelled cannabis. I've never smoked it, but I don't get a cannabis vibe from this fragrance. But I like this has a nice deep base. I'm definitely looking forward to putting this one on the skin. So that's Hemlock. I've got 2 samples left. Kufi and 9 Dragons. 9 Dragons sound really exciting. So I'm gonna give this one a try. Alright, so it's a little bit of a darker fragrance, this one, 9 Dragons. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see, but this is really yellow on the paper, so really, really good sign here. Not getting much from this one. Not getting much from this one. Not really getting a lot from this one at all. I'm practically on my nostril. All right, so what's in 9 Dragons? I was expecting something to come out really kicking and swinging. So 9 Dragons is a deep exotic green tea fragrance with incense notes. So it has China musk, pink lotion, pink lotus, green tea, soft woods, and incense. This is listed as an Oriental Floriental unisex. I was expecting this one to really come out swinging. It's really light. It's a tea note fragrance, really light on the scent strip. So this is 9 Dragons, and not really moved by it on paper. So I've got one left. This one is called Kulfi, Kulfi, Kulfi. I don't know what that really means, so I have no idea what I'm going to be getting into with this one. No idea what I'm going to be getting into with this one. So, in for a surprise. In for a surprise. So again, I'm doing this on a scent strip because I can't really, I don't want to, it's 10 fragrances. I don't have enough real estate to experience 10 fragrances on the skin. So, oh, wow. Wow. I was going to say, so Carolyn, thank you for putting that up. I was going to say, this one kind of smells like something to eat. It took me back to a thing my grandmother used to make. Wow. Okay. I'm digging this. I am digging this. I can't really place any of the notes. It does have a sweetness to it. It does have a sweetness. My grandmother made this dessert in Trinidad, and my grandmother's now passed away, rest in heaven. And oh my God, so she made this dessert. It was flour, coconut sugar, spices, and it was baked and it was really hard. It was called a coconut drop, and that is what this reminds me of. So let's see what's in Kulfi. All right. Based on a very popular Indian dessert of the same name, rich and creamy, notes of cardamom, vanilla, coconut, sandalwood, and saffron. So this is a gourmand, sweet, spicy. So, wow. Okay, I'm digging this. I am digging this. Definitely digging this. So I've been through all 10 fragrances, and now is the chance to decide what I'm going to put on the skin. I've already put Animus on the skin, and this is a nice resinous musky fragrance. Definitely enjoying the Animus. It has a musky vibe. Think Frederick Maule's Musk Ravageur. You know how Frederick Maule in the beginning have a little bit of a pea vibe. I'm getting that from this, but it has a nice sweetness to it as well. So definitely enjoying that one. So I'm going to revisit some of the fragrances that I have on the scent strips and then decide which one I'm going to put on my skin. So I'm just going to go real quickly. Hello Delicious. I'm going to do the Kulfi, and that's the last one I just did. Pacifica with the eucalyptus. I want to see what that smells like on skin. Nine Dragons now. Seafaring Men, I swear, I still get an Indian food vibe from this one. Dapper, oh, I wanted to like Dapper. It's a rose fragrance, but it's not really moving me. And let's see, Hemlock. All right, so Hemlock is still a go. So the 4 fragrances that I'm going to check out on skin: Pacifica, Hello Delicious, Kulfi, and Hemlock. So let me find those real quick, and we're going to get those on the skin and see what it's like on the skin. So which one should I go first? I should go with probably the one I smelled with most distance. So we'll go with Hello Delicious. We'll get that on the skin and see what this one smells like on skin. So earlier I put a fragrance on with this finger, so I don't want to use that finger. All right, so this is Hello Delicious. The juices in here are really thick. I'm not sure what their concentrations are, if they're EDPs, EDTs. So I will be looking to their website to kind of get a better idea. All right, so that's Hello Delicious. So we're putting that on the left forearm, just so that I know where things are. Because you'll be surprised. Sometimes you sample in fragrance and you're like, what is this I'm smelling? I don't know what it is. All right, so next one is that I'm going to put on my skin is Pacifica. All right, so different finger. I'm going to put that a little bit further up the arm. So we use this one. All right. Yeah, the worst thing I could do right now is start like mixing these fragrances on my finger, and it just makes a little bit of a confusion and potentially contaminate what's in the little vial. All right. So this is Pacifica. I'm not going to sniff anything. I'm just getting them on the skin, and then I'm going to smell them. So Pacifica was on the left. All right. Let's go ahead and put on the Hemlock. That's the one people seem to be most excited about. And again, this one reminds me of Black Number One from the House of Matriarch. When I smelled it, I was like, there's a familiarity here. And all it takes is a couple of notes to jog your memory about a fragrance that you may or may not have smelled. And that one most definitely reminded me of that fragrance. So this is Hemlock. This is going to go on the right forearm. So I was getting nervous as I was going through these samples because I was like, nothing is moving me. What's going on? But 4 out of 10, those aren't really bad odds for me. Those aren't really bad odds. I don't like every fragrance. There are certain type of scent profiles that they smell good, but they really aren't for me. And I was encountering quite a few of those, and this is Hemlock once more time. So I messed up and I put Hemlock on twice here. So my bad. So, let me put on, now I gotta use my pinky finger. I'm gonna put on Kulfi on my hands. This is just gonna go on the right hand, in the center of my right hand, or the back of my hand. And then we're gonna go on a little sniffing escapade and see what, you know, initial impressions on skin are, and then how they develop. I will say, these fragrances, they come off very concentrated, even though they're mixed media. I'm just looking at the way they're sitting on the skin. All right, they come off, you know, like there's a high amount of perfume oils in there. All right, so time to time to start sniffing. Okay, so this is the Hello Delicious, the jasmine fragrance. I'm a jasmine lover. Definitely liking this profile. It's not projecting a whole lot. None of these fragrances are really hitting me in the nostril. None of them. But when I put my hand down here, I get them. But then again, I didn't spray them. So sometimes you really have to evaluate. I swear, there's something about spraying a fragrance on and really getting, you know, a bigger sillage. And, you know, they may just need to sit on the skin and cook, is what I call it. So, is this the eucalyptus that I'm smelling? This must be the Eucalyptus Pacifica. So let me go back to the first one real quick. So the first one over here was the Hello Delicious, a vibrant jasmine fragrance with luscious green notes and white musk. This has jasmine, macarot, lime leaf, key lime, garbonum, and white musk. All right. So that's the first one. The second one is the eucalyptus fragrance. This one is a eucalyptus breeze blowing down the mountain on a cool, foggy morning. This has aquatic musk, eucalyptus, lime, sea spray, herbs, and incense. This is entertaining to me because I've not experienced many, you know, eucalyptus fragrances. So this is entertaining to me for that reason. Is this a scent I necessarily want to wear? Not so much. I think of eucalyptus as a therapeutic type of note, and not something that's what I want to smell like, if that makes sense. Think of Vicks Vapor Rub, or think of, you know, different type of tinctures for, you know, fevers and stuff like that. So I like this in the form of the fact that it's creative, but not necessarily something that I want to wear. That's Pacifica. Over here we've got, so the hemlock. The hemlock is really nice. It's not novel. This smells very reminiscent of Black No. 1 from the House of Matriarch. And now we're gonna smell Kulfi. Oh my God. Fresh baked good with some spices in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm willing to bet that hemlock and Kulfi together would definitely throw me over the top. Definitely enjoying this one. Definitely enjoying this one. So, gosh, I'm torn. So, Hello Delicious is the jasmine dominant fragrance. I'm a jasmine lover. I really like this composition, but they're not comparable. These are not apples and apples. You have a nice gourmand fragrance here versus a white floral, indolic jasmine. But I really like this. I think right this second, if I had to choose one, I would go with the Hello Delicious, just because I love jasmine. There's no doubt about it. This smells like a sambac. No, sorry, grandiflora. This smells more like a grandiflora jasmine, but I don't really know that for sure. Golly, I'm torn. So the hemlock is very nice. If you like a dark leather, what are the other notes in a hemlock? What are the other notes in a hemlock? So leather, tobacco, cannabis, gin, beer, and sweat. If you like a dark leather fragrance, this would definitely tickle your fancy. It's well blended. It doesn't smell off-putting. Nothing is like overpowering the composition. But this is a scent profile that I already own. So, you know, if I had to choose one, it wouldn't be this one. I wouldn't want to get another blue shirt, so to speak. Oh, man. So it comes down. Let me go back to Pacifica real quick. Oh, so Pacifica is opening up a little bit. I'm getting a little bit more of the scent profile in there. What are the other notes in Pacifica? Aquatic musk, eucalyptus, lime, sea spray, herbs, and incense. Nice composition. It's a little on the light side, but I have fragrances that sort of kind of fill that wardrobe piece for me. So it really comes down to Hello Delicious and Kulfi. And if I had to choose right now, Hello Delicious, that would be the one I would choose. Beautiful jasmine, but it's different from the other jasmines that I have. So what's the rest of this composition? Jasmine again, macarot, lime leaf, key lime, galbanum, and a white musk. And incidentally speaking, that one is listed as a feminine fragrance, but that is the one that most tickles my fancy. I think it's hard to say what most people would like. I think Hemlock would be really, really pleasing to the masses. It's a nice fragrance. In fact, the fact that it reminds me of Black No. 1 from the House of Matriarch, when I discovered the House of Matriarch, that was the one fragrance that I decided to go with. I like that profile, but I already own it. So I wouldn't go with that fragrance if I had to choose one. But, man, Hello Delicious. Hello Delicious would be the one. So this was a nice exploration of LAROMATICA. Again, this is an indie perfume house based in Northern California. They have two fragrance lines. One of their fragrance lines is a mixed media, which is the fragrance line I just sampled and tried on the skin. And there's an all-natural line that I wouldn't put all-natural perfumes on a scent strip. I would do these on the skin. So I will have to explore those kind of on my own on the skin to see how they develop. So I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation, this exploration of LAROMATICA. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight to this brand. And look them up, get some samples, you use your nose and decide what it is you want to wear and what it is you enjoy. And I'm going to be signing out, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.